What's up, Potato Bros, and welcome to BerryWitched The Harvest. It's a text-based game, so let's get into it.
Oh, you're going to play the game, are you?
Sure am. How do I do this?
How fun! It'll be great to have you here. There is just one thing we need to get out of the way before we start.
What?
Will you heed my warnings?
It depends. Probably.
This little game may include foul language, depictions of death, gore,
Oh.
animal cruelty,
Surprising.
of suicide,
Bestiality.
all that fun stuff.
Okay.
Can't say I didn't warn you.
Okie dokie.
Say, you look like the type who enjoys good endings, yeah?
Yeah.
You like it when the princess gets rescued by the hero, when the villain gets put behind bars, and the flamingos can go to the bears-only bow-tie-themed dance party.
I've never really thought about it, but I guess, yeah.
I'm sorry to tell you this. Wait, no, I'm not. There are no such things as happy endings in the real world.
It's debatable.
Your end comes when you die a cruel, agonizing, fabulous death. Even in the case of the most peaceful and painless death, there's always a sense of uncertainty. A sense of
Unless if I'm immortal.
everything you've been told is wrong. Go out with a big blast, and then it's BAM! Are you content with no longer existing?
Not really. I mean, I'm gonna try everything I can to not die. Not everything. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna. Yeah, whatever.
Are you content with being forgotten?
I don't really mind that one too much.
If you don't want a bad ending, you just have to make sure your story never ends.
Right. You got it.
I think this will be very, very fun.
I like it. I like the vibes. It's pretty cool. I think it's gonna turn out like a good game.
It's time to wake up.
Wakey wakey. Before you start this venture back into the world of BerryWitched, would you like to hear a recap on what has happened so far? I guess. Is this a continuation of another story? Oh, no more narration I'm going to have to read? Hold on, let me sip my very cold coffee. It's my coffee from last night, I think it was. I don't really have a sleep schedule. Oh, I do. I sleep during the night, or the day mostly, but yeah. Anyways, it's cold coffee, not iced coffee. Fancy, I know. Alright. Once upon a time, there was a world where magic and witches thrived. Witches weren't like the ugly old hags you see in fairy tales. Well, maybe some of them were. Witches are particular in that they each have something called a specialty. A specialty is what a witch is magically proficient in more than anything else. Witches cannot choose their specialties, but rather they naturally develop over time. Like really any skill. Like some people, it's just like interests. I feel your natural interests or whatever you do. Like you are who you are. I'm probably not gonna be the greatest like plumber because I hate Dookie. I mean, I don't know. Plumbers probably don't love Dookie either. I don't know. Some might. Hey, if you like Dookie a lot and you're a plumber, dream job right there. Take a bite when no one's looking. Just kidding. But that probably don't do that. It's probably a bad idea. Okay. We focus this tale on a certain young witch named Strawberry. Strawberry was, unsurprisingly, a strawberry witch. She lived with her older sister, Cherry Pie. Uh, I read that as cream pies at first. Uh, in a cafe where they made sweet treats together. Unfortunately for Strawberry, her sister ended up being involved in a dangerous cannibalistic cult called the Everlasting. The Everlasting goal was to eliminate witches and consume their magical essence, which extended their own lifespans and power capacity. Like organ harvesting. Witches follow a governing body known as the Council of Witches, ruled by 7 council members. Working under the council, a detective witch named Inquiry went to the cafe and uncovered Cherry Pie's deadly secret. Is there another game to this series? Because I might be interested in playing that. Let me know in the comments if you know. When all was said and done, Cherry was brought to custody without having a home to go to. Strawberry was adopted by Inquiry. After a long time, Strawberry grew up, wanting to work under the council like her mother. She was given an offer to run her own bakery by a mystery benefactor from the Council of Witches. Of course, she would be a fool not to take what she wanted most of all, but her dream became a nightmare very quickly. She was trapped in an endless forest that draws in the most suicidal folks. Day after day of finding dead bodies in the accursed place, Strawberry started to become just as depressed as the victims of these woods. So I was thinking about this earlier, actually. We have a donut place called Royal Donut. It's just like right in the perfect location. It's kind of like in the hood. There's this town or city near me. It's called Danville. And Royal Donut, it's kind of set on a hill a little bit, like an incline. It's just perfect. Like it looks awesome. I bet they probably get a lot of good business. But there was also a gas station right next to it. I think it was a BP gas station, the green logo. I'm not sure though. But there's a lot of like crime around the area and stuff, so that probably is kind of comparable to this a little bit. One day she met an individual in a green hood. Are we talking about? Oh, okay. That one, that green hood right there. Strawberry did everything she could to get them to stay, baking a cupcake of their choice, gifting them one of her straw bunnies, trapping them in her room. Okay, maybe that last one was a bit drastic. Unknowingly to Strawberry, her new friend collected the pages of her diary and read it while trapped there, uncovering the truth of that dimension. What dimension? After reconciling, the two agreed to stay together, helping support each other through any horrors that would come their way. This isn't another cherry pie situation, is it? Until now. Okay, just a few more touches. You delicately placed the fruits on top of the freshly baked pastry. You made sure to put mint frosting on top of the black forest cake and carefully placed strawberries on the rim. Perfect. You grabbed the kitchen knife from the counter and cut 6 perfectly even pieces, all while humming a gentle tune. You backed away to carefully observe your handiwork. You could always just use magic to bring one into existence, but you learned that the best things are made through effort. Plus, you just really enjoyed the process. You took the tray. It was placed on and proceeded... Wait, hold on. You took the tray it was placed on and proceeded into the main dining area. The latest BerryWitched masterpiece, just for there was no one here. Hello? The quiet was starting to get to you. It was an unnatural quiet. It felt as if the entire world had stood still, frozen in a single moment in time, and you were the sole survivor. You realized you couldn't even hear your own breath, nor your own heartbeat. Panic started to engulf you. You looked up at the picturesque bakery you had lived in for decades and saw it was now decayed, rotted, dead. What's going on? Hello? Where are you? Please tell me if you're okay. Scritch, whatever that means. Scritch! Scritch! Something was scratching underneath the now decomposing floorboards. You saw a few disgusting fingers snake their way out between the cracks in the wood, their flesh gray and sickly. Like a rabid animal crazed from the smell of its next victim, they desperately crawled and growled clawed and growled as they pushed against the wooden prison. You clambered back against the wall, fearing that even a single whine would provoke them to attack. You covered your mouth. You shut your eyes tightly, reciting a phrase in your head, a silent prayer to the beginners. The scratching ceased. All was still. All was calm. You slowly opened your eyes. The shambling corpse was now standing in front of you. Maggots and flies were nesting in their head, crawling, burrowing, feasting. You let out the scream that was desperately kept inside your chest and pushed the ghoul to the ground. You began to make your escape, running as fast as you could. Like the beast that they are, they galloped toward you on all fours. Their muscles tore themselves apart as sinew and gore flew off their body from exertion. You flung open the walk-in oven's door, just as quickly slamming it shut behind you. You retreated into to the corner of the large stone room and cowered. Then it started getting warm. Uh-oh, that's not good. Then warmer, then hot, then scorching. You looked down and the oven's floor had started to erupt into flames. Someone had turned it on. You quickly went to the open door, but when you placed your hands on the frame, the metal was already scalding. Your palm skin had been blackened and charred, exposing glistening white meat. So I wonder if this was all in her head since she started feeling those ways since living in this forest. Maybe she went a little cuckoo for cocoa nuts type stuff and, created stuff that didn't actually exist and just did it to herself, Your lips and nose had been taken by the inferno. You looked nothing more than a horrific creature of red meat. You tried to let out a wail, but your lungs had already been destroyed. The pink hair you once had fell with your scalp as it slid off your skull. You could hear the many voices of the damned, the devoured, chanting outside. We were meant to be eaten. We were meant to be eaten. We were meant to be eaten on. Ding! You now congealed into a single black lumpy mass had barely any consciousness remaining. The oven finally opened. A being with pink hair grabbed what was left of you with red strawberry-themed oven mitts. She decorated you with frosting and fruits before grabbing the knife and cutting you into 6 perfect slices. And it continues. You gasped awake, drenched in cold sweat. You quickly touched your face, your chest, your stomach. You weren't burning anymore. The sigh of relief you gave carried with it all the tension your body had built up. You looked to the corner of your empty room. The straw bunnies were cowering there, all huddled together. That meant you were screaming in your sleep again. It's okay, I'm fine now. You barely mustered enough strength to give a weak smile. The straw bunnies hesitated at first, silently covenanting with each other through nose wiggles and tail wags, before all jumping into your lap, except for one who preferred nesting in your hair. That one was your little buddy. They were so comforting and cute, you contemplated just cuddling them in your arms and drifting back off to sleep. However, what was once an escape through sleep turned into a nightly routine of torture. You didn't want to frighten them again, but you knew that you wouldn't be able to rest without them. They bore the hurt in order to make you comfortable. They truly were your creations. You rubbed the dust and eye gook from your face and managed to pull yourself out of bed. You shambled down the steps, not even bothering to change out of your nightgown. You actually don't remember the last time you showered. Not that it really mattered. No one has been here in years. While you always kept the main dining hall clean and presentable, your room and kitchen, you decided to neglect. Upkeep had been solemn, rewarded with actual use. You pulled up one of the dining chairs and slumped into it, and with a half-hearted wave of your hand, a strawberry-themed pocket mirror was given form in your other palm. Your reflection was ghastly. Horrible bags were under your eyes, and your hair was matted and tangled. From the edge of your sight line, the straw bunnies were clambering up and slowly bringing up a glass of strawberry latte. A morning routine as of late. You had originally never cared for caffeinated beverages, but a while ago you realized it often wasn't the taste that kept people drinking it. It was the artificial energy that gave you the power to actually move on with your day. That was the coveted desire. You remember Mom's habit of drinking it too. Tears sprinkled into the tabletop. I don't think coffee actually gives you energy, honestly, or like really any. I mean, I just like to have it as something, extra to do. Like it's kind of like I don't know, just something else to fill the space, Tears sprinkled onto the tabletop. Ma'am. Put your head into your arms and in a meaningless effort to muffle your ugly sobbing. Mama. Straw bunnies made an effort to soothe you with nuzzles and nibbles, but it was ultimately futile. You noticed all at once they stopped. Man, I don't like the pacing, you know? I hate whenever things are slow and just like boring and stuff. I like, you know, events and stuff. But we're gonna keep going with this. I might split this into multiple episodes or leave it there in a few, but we'll see what happens. If it picks up pace, I might play longer. We'll see what happens. You peeked out from your sleeves and saw that their ears had sprung up and they were all staring in the direction of the forest. That usually meant, oh my. You quickly cast magic to fix your hair and prestidigitate your nightgown into your normal red dress. It was a quick fix, but unnoticeable under a lesser trained eye. Please, can you cuties clean up and get the kitchen ready while I'm gone? I know it's been a while since you have done this, but I'm hoping you all have remembered. They all jumped in response. You returned a smile and leaned down to give your little buddy a high five. You exited the bakery into the ever-familiar woods, the canopy only letting small beams of sunlight through their oppressive foliage. You lifted your skirt, nice, to give yourself more kneeling room, or knee room, and lightly sprinted towards the forest entrance. Finally, after who knows how much time, someone had paid a visit to your little spot in existence. Okay.
Oh my! Are you hurt? Do you need medical care?
Nah, the stupid freaking rock is poking out and tripped over the damn thing.
Honestly, Blueberry, you need to be more careful. We're in relatively unknown territory, and we have no idea what kind of enchantments may be present and active.
Blueberry Bluebird?
Well, Miss Raspberry, maybe the enchantment question is, let's just put rocks all over the beginner first so you can help it. We made just to screw over this one blue bit. Huh?
Guys, you squeaked out the word with a trembling voice. You didn't care if it was a dream. If it was, it would be the happiest dream you've ever had. Oh my gosh, you guys. I wish the voice acting kept on going. You jumped towards them with arms open and embraced the two closest friends you almost forgot you had. Your sorrows and pains burst forth as you smiled with pure euphoria.
Strawberry!
Holy crap, we missed you so much. They returned your hug with their own, squeezing as if you would disappear at any second. No words were exchanged for minutes. With the pure emotion of friendship found again after so long, the holes within your heart finally mended. You held them so tight so that the universe would never take them from you again. Finally, you ended the tender moment once you realized something. You gently poked Blueberry in the shoulder. What took you guys so long to visit me? You asked lightly, and with a hint of play, you knew the reason was probably valid.
Dude.
You dummy. We've been trying. It's just that the cows made it so hard to actually come and find you. What do you mean the cows? Sounds like an excuse.
Huh?
Wait, cows? Raspberry gently flicked the back of Blueberry's head. The Council of Witches. Blueberry calls them cows on account of the council's acronym. Blueberry laughed with a snort. Ha, yeah. I'm surprised I came up with it first.
Excuse me.
The proper acronym would just be CW, but alright. Raspberry put her hand on your shoulder and gave you a warm smile. You have no idea how happy I am to see that you're okay. Yeah, no offense, but we were worried you just decided to take a dirt nap and push up some daisies. Whatever that means.
Blueberry.
Blueberry.
Huh?
What did I say? You were silent. Then you started to laugh. You laughed really hard, harder than you had in a while. It wasn't even that funny of a joke, but you haven't heard a good one in so long. Now come along, Strawberry. We don't have a lot of time. We have to leave with utmost urgency. You tilted your head in confusion.
Huh?
What? Why? You guys just got here. I have this huge bakery and a whole bunch of sweets, and I just got these little straw bunnies I made, and... Raspberry shook her head. I'm sure it's magnificent, Strawberry. I truly do. However, the time we have here is slim, and we need to evacuate the premises as soon as we can. The warm atmosphere that had surrounded the three of you before started to sour. You could tell she was trying to put on a brave front, but her eyes betrayed her true feelings. She was scared. No, not just scared. Terrified. What happened? What's wrong?
You see?
I promise I will explain everything as soon as we are in a safer location. The exit you daydreamed about was finally here. However, you couldn't shake the feeling that right now something awful was on the path that lay ahead of you. However, despite the concern, a new confidence was unleashed within your soul, a drive rekindled by the reunion with your friends.
All right.
Okay, just follow me back to the bakery. I need to collect a few things, and then we can go. Strawberry, trust me, they are very important. Raspberry looked at you, then looked down as if rolling over statistics and odds in her head. Calculating, she looked back at you.
All right.
Okay, we can spare 15 minutes, but no more. That's all I need. Three of you easily trekked through the enchanted woods in under 3 minutes. Blueberry stared in awe when she saw your cottage.
Oh.
Oh,
My
my beginners.
Strawberries. This looks amazing. Is it made out of cake? Can I eat it? Don't eat my house. Please. Yawn.
No fun. Why make it out of delicious stuff then? With no time for answering questions, you went right through the door. The straw bunnies were bowling on the counter as with a couple of strawberry fruits and little bottles and pens. When they saw you enter, they quickly dropped their game and gave you full attention. Okay, we're gonna leave that there. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you want me to play this more and see what it has in store. So yeah. Don't forget to subscribe. Look in the description for my other channels and stuff. And I'll see you next time, Potato Bros. Bye.
Eyes on the screen, the night is awake. A pug potato in a gaming arcade. claws, they creep and they crawl. Indie screams echo down a long dark hall. Potato but deadly, I conquer it all. Potato power rolling through the scene. Glitch in the system baked into the dream. Elite and spotty, you know what I mean. Joystick whispers a flickering light. Potato thrives in the dead of night. Free games lurking, the thrill takes flight. Potato